Good morning, students. I am Miss Loganayagi, your class teacher and your social science teacher. You remember me? Yes. How are you all? Staying at home? Don't go out to play. Stay safe at home. Clean yourself. Eat good, healthy food. Pray to God. Soon we are going to meet in schools, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Shall we learn the history lesson? History lesson 1. That is a period of transition. A period of transition. How people change their lifestyle. That we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay. Before that we should know the years when they started to change. Isn't it? Yes. We call that modern period. What we call? Modern period or modern age. Yes, in India, modern age we refer from 18th century onwards. Okay, whereas in Europe countries we refer in 16th century onwards itself. They started early. They modernized themselves early. Okay, so that is called modern age. Okay, now can you see the features of modern age? Industrialization. That is, they are developing more industries, process of setting up the industries. Urbanization. People started to leave their villages and come to settle in the cities, capitals, like that. Development of the urban centers. Urban means developed place. Scientific progress. They started to invent many things. Growth of democratic institutions. Rationalism. They started to think. Not everything accepting everything as their own. They think and accept. Humanism. Before that everybody will say God only the first. But after the modern age, people started to give more privilege for the people. Human being and not God as the center of the world. Humans are living in this world. We should respect each other. So that all the features of modern age. Can you repeat after me once again? Industrialization, urbanization, scientific progress, growth of democratic institution, rationalism, humanism. Yes, these are the features of modern age. Now we are going to learn little about that one only. For that we have some sources. Okay, there are primary sources and secondary sources. Yes, can you see this primary sources? Okay, in that recordings, third line, can you see? Government reports, autobiographies, newsreels, newspapers, speeches, audio recordings, video recordings, photographs, sculptures, paintings, archaeological remains. These all are primary sources. Okay, and the secondary sources. Can you see the secondary sources? Historians study the primary sources and interpreted them. Okay, they read the newspaper, they read the books and biographies, then they write about that. That we call secondary sources. That is available in reports, reviews, articles, books as historians. Okay, now we'll go to the modern Europe. I told you modernization started in Europe countries only. Yes, this people only very, very important for the Renaissance. The word, new word I am going to introduce you, Renaissance. That means rebirth, starting to think, and revival happen in the cultural life. People started to invent, people started to think and do the new things. So the revival started in the 17th century and 14th century. The movement began in Italy and spread to the rest of the Europe. Okay, it aimed to revive the classical glory, learning and culture. Okay, in the field of art, architecture, literature, philosophy, in all fields there is a new birth. A revival happened. Okay, in Tamil we say marumalarchi, eluchi. They started to think newly. They didn't accept the old things. Okay, this kind of people will call them rationalist. Okay, the Renaissance thinkers were rationalist. They asked people not to blindly accept anything, everything told from the churches or government or anything. They asked the people to question them. Okay, they did not believe any superstitious things. These are the people very important for the Renaissance. Okay, Michelangelo, Nicholas Copernicus, Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, Leonardo da Vinci, Niccolo, Isaac Newton. Can you see these names? Yes, these are the people in different field. They helped people to think and to do the things. Okay, now you studied the features of modern age and primary secondary sources and the Renaissance and the people on who supported the Renaissance. Okay, next we'll go to the Reformation. Okay, Renaissance, I told you, rebirth, think again and do anything in the cultural life. Now we come to the Reformation. Yes, the Reformation means people asking questions in the church, the bad practice, or everyone don't like. I told you, rationalist people started to question everywhere. So the people started to ask questions in the church itself. That kind of movement we call Reformation. What kind of movement? Reformation movement. The people one who question, we call them Protestants. Okay, he is the main hero for the Protestants, Martin Luther. He only told the people to ask questions. He himself asked questions. He asked the people to read the Bible, not believe anything from the Pope or any supreme authority. He urged people to read the Bible and follow its teachings. Okay, some people spoke against the church. We call them Protestants. The movement we call Reformation. Now can you understand what is Reformation? The people started to ask questions in the church. That movement we call Reformation. One who is asking the questions, they are called Protestants. Okay, in that main hero, Martin Luther. He is from the German. Okay, in even Switzerland, Ulrich and John Calvin. Even in England, we never forget his name, Henry VIII. Okay, they are the Protestant Reformation leaders. After this Protestants and the Catholics separated in 17th century after, because they don't want to adjust each other. Their teachings are different. They are not teaching. They believe, the Protestants believe, they are not teaching the Bible clearly. So the Protestants wants to learn the Bible on their own. So they started to question them and they separated from them. Okay, now you understand what is Reformation? The movement against the churches. What is Reformation? The movement against the churches. And the Protestants, the people one who against the church ask the questions. Who is the leader? Martin Luther from Germany. Henry VIII from England. John Calvin from Switzerland. Okay, now you understand? Yes, now come to the voyages and discovery. In this very important, the 15th century early and all, people came to India and they had a trade. Not only India, in Asian countries. Their road route they'll come. Okay, over the road they'll come and go. After the Ottoman Turks captured the Constantinople and they blocked the road to East Asia. I mean, next to Central Asia to Western Asia, they cannot come. So the people started to discover the new routes through seas. Okay, so many people spent more money and gave the ship and everything and make them to go around around India and nearby India. Even they came to South India. Vasco da Gama came to South India and he only the first man 1498 he reached India. Okay, many of them came to India, that is not only India, in around the world. 1488 Bartholomew Dias and reached the southmost tip of Africa, named it the Cape of Good Hope. Vasco da Gama followed the same route and reached India in 1498. Christopher Columbus also set out the sea route to Asia but discovered America instead. Later, Amerigo Vespucci reached America. Ferdinand Magellan, Portuguese sailor, was the first to sail around the world. For that, they need more money. Okay, these people were spent a lot of money to discover the new sea routes. This is the pictures of Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus, and Amerigo Vespucci. Okay, now you understand why they came to in through sea route, because the road route was blocked by Ottoman Turks. Okay, so they discovered the new routes to sea, and they came to India and other Asian countries to do their trade. Why they came to trade? What they have had the business? Yes, they need our spices, they need our textiles, so they came to India to take that, and they had a business to preserve meat. They want our peppers, our turmerics, our cardamoms, they need that. So they came to India and they made a trade with Indians, not even India, even around the Asian countries. Okay, now you understood? Short revise for this: features of modern age, secondary and primary sources, and Renaissance. Renaissance means rebirth, revival in the cultural life. People started to question everywhere and they created new things. These are the Renaissance people. We call them rationalists, that is thinkers. They will not accept anything blindly. They'll think and ask question, then they'll come to the conclusion. Yes, Reformation is a revival in the churches. Okay, and people who ask questions against the church elders, we call them Protestants. Then they will not agree the whatever they said. So for that head we call Martin Luther from Germany, from England Henry VIII, and they separated themselves. Okay, so Protestant one group and Catholics one group. They separated in 17th century, not immediately. After a long time they separated themselves. Next we come to know voyages of discovery. Okay, that is they come to, they are inventing their, they are coming, so they are finding this, discovering the sea route. Okay, and these are the people in charge for that: Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus, and Amerigo Vespucci. They come to Asia, the other part of Asia, and they had a trade with them. Okay, now next part of that we'll learn. Okay students, our next topic is Industrial Revolution. I told you the first feature is of the modern age is industrialization. Do you remember this? Yes, industrialization. The process of setting the factories or industries in particular place with the help of rich merchant to give money, and the laborers, they hire the laborers for the wages, and they set up the big factory system to make a products. They get the raw materials and make a production. That system we call Industrial Revolution. Where it started, you know, it started in England, that is British. First it started in England. These kind of machines they used in their factories. Okay, they only started first. The mechanization of labor was the chief feature of the Industrial Revolution. Not only the people, the machines were included in that revolution. That's why we call that Industrial Revolution. See the machines. Yes, why it's England? Why not anywhere else? Some of the features, many points were there. You can take this as your detailed answer. Okay, England had an abundant supply of natural resources. They had everything. Okay, especially coal, iron needed for the industrialization. Okay, next it had a government, a stable government which encouraged trade and commerce. That government leaders, they encouraged them to make a trade. That's why they came to India also. The British traders and merchants were given the liberty to trade as they like. With the abolition of the serfdom in the 18th century, a large number of people became free. Serfdom means people have the bondage to work under somebody else. But in the Industrial Revolution, it's not like that. People can work anywhere else as they like. They moved to cities looking for work. The cheap labor was easily available. They are not a bondage of anyone. They are not slave for anybody. So wherever they go, they can work. The British government and its strong navy embarked a policy of geographical expansion. I told you they found many sea routes, so they can go anywhere. England, to get cheap raw materials from the countries it colonized. Okay, in this important you must know the blue word. Can you see colonization? Yes, what is colonization? They will come to some countries and they will set up their residence there. That we call colonization. They make a colony. They'll set up there. Okay. In India, they came like that only and settled some places to make a trade, to do a business with our country. And the geographical features, maybe atmosphere, everything is helped them. Okay, shall we revise once again? England had abundant supply of natural resources. Keep in your mind, natural resources, stable government, free laborers. They can work anywhere else. Okay, and cheap labors. Next, they are going for other countries and taking the place and settling there. In that country, they are getting the raw materials. In our country, what they do, they forced our farmers to grow indigo, cotton items, okay, which they help for them textiles. Mostly people will grow wheat, barley or rice or like that only, eating food crops, but they asked us to grow only the cash crops, which the crops can give more money. So they came to us and made us to get cheap raw materials. Okay, and then they invented many things: spinning jenny, spinning mule, power loom, flying shuttle, steam engine, steam powered locomotive, seed drill, horse hoe. That all their invention. They invented everything to help their industrialization. Okay, yes. Next we come to capitalism. Who will give money? Government will not give money. The private people, one who has more money, they will spend more money to them. Okay, it was the system in which the means of production were privately owned and operated for profit. It was called capitalism. If in our country, Tata Birla, no? We call, if any rich people, we call Tata Birla. Nowadays, who is the rich man? Ambani. Like that we are telling, no? Yes. So like that rich people spend more money on the industrialization. They ask the people to work. They spend more money on machines and they invest more money on this factories. Okay. Next we'll go to imperialism. So two things you learnt already: colonization and capitalism. Colonization means going and settling one place, making the colony. Okay, capitalism means spending more money on industry. Okay, next we'll come to imperialism. Imperialism means it is the policy of extending political and economical control over a weak country by a powerful one. Already they came and colonized the place, and slowly they had a trade, and more than that they want to have power. Yes, weak country means such as India. We are weak. Why? How you know? We don't have unity. We have many languages, many religions, so people easily cheated us and they became the powerful political power in India. Okay, like that many countries are their weak countries. So they all went there and showed their power. That is called imperialism. Like that they came to India also, in other Asian countries also. Okay, some of the definition you must know. Let me show that board to you. New words for this lesson: Renaissance, RENAISSANCE, Renaissance. Rationalist, RATIONNALISTS. People, Renaissance means rebirth, Marumalarchi. I told you in Tamil also. Rationalist, that is people one who think and ask the question. Reformation, 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 that is movement, revival movement in the churches. Okay, Protestants, PROTESTANTS, Protestants means one who asks questions against the corrupted bishop or corrupted in charges in the churches. Voyages, people will find the sea route and go to around the sea. VOYAGES, voyages. Colonization, COLONIZATION, going and settling in one place and make a colony. Okay, capitalism, spending more money for setting up the industry, giving more money. CAPITALISM, capitalism. Imperialism, through that money power they are able to control the people in the political way, social way, and even economical way also. Imperialism, Imperialism. Next, serfdom, bondage, people one who work under them. Serfdom, Serfdom, but it was abolished in 18th century. So people are able to work freely anywhere else. Okay, in 10th, number 10 is industrial revolution. A new form of revolution, industries formed, that is with a lot of mission, not only trust on only the laborers, with the mission help they made a big factory system. Okay, now can we learn the definitions? Renaissance, during the 14th and 17th century, there was a revival of interest in the study of European civilization, especially the development of spirit of scientific inquiry. Okay, number 2, Reformation, a new spirit of inquiry opposed the practice of the Roman Catholic Church. Next, Protestants, some people spoke against the church related corruption, that we call, who are then some names I told you, Martin Luther, Henry VIII, John Calvin. Yes, that people we call Protestants. Industrialization, okay, the process of developing industry in a country, in a state or in an area. Next, colonization, the act of or process of establishing a colony in particular area. Capitalism, an economic and political system in which property and business and industry are owned by the private individuals and not by the state or a country. Not by the state or a country means the government is not spending more money on make the industry. The private man, I told you that all the time we call in India, I am giving example in India, that is Tata Birla, and they are the powerful, rich people, rich merchant. And nowadays we call Ambani, Mukesh Ambani, like that names you come to know, rich people. They are only giving more money and setting up the industries. Okay, imperialism, a policy of extending political and economic control over this region. Yes, imperialism means slowly they occupy the place. Slowly they'll occupy the political power. Slowly they occupy the economical power in that country. Okay, already they colonized, they spend more money and they took the power also from their hand. Now you understand? Yes, this is your new words, lesson 1. Some definition you have to memorize. I send one slide to you. You can elaborate, blow that and make a study, and you can write, memorize and write and show to your parents. Then I'll send it to me also. Okay, anytime you are able to say these definitions, you must learn. Before you could get your book, you study from this video itself. Okay, memorize, no problem. Slowly you will understand. It's all new to you. You will understand when you memorize. Okay, shall I give some questions to you? You can answer that. I'll give you as a slide also. Thank you, children. Students, these are the question paper for you. These are the questions for you. A short answer. You must make an answer into 3 lines or 4 lines like that. List the features of the modern age. I showed you first page itself. Features for the modern age in a separate box. Okay, you copy down that and give example any 2 primary sources and secondary sources. Okay, next one, name 3 sailors, one who came to sea route to other countries, is explorers, with the place where they reached, when they reached. Okay, that at least 3 names you have to write. Name any 4 invented machines, what all they invented to set up the factory system. Okay, next, this is a detailed answer. You should write neatly. Define the following: Renaissance, Reformation, Protestants, industrialization, colonization, capitalism, imperialism. Everything you put side heading and write the 2 or 3 lines of definition. I showed you in the board also. I'm going to give you one slide also, board. You can copy that and memorize this. Okay, don't think we will not ask. We'll have exam. Okay, so memorize this. Okay, next question, why did the industrial revolution begin in England? not any other countries. Many causes we read, no, that all you can make a point, at least 5 points you can write. Okay, stable government was there, raw materials available, they went everywhere and brought the raw materials, and many rich people were there, atmosphere helped them, sea routes they found. Yes, I told you many points, so you can write any points. Okay children, this is your question paper. You write and send it to in our WhatsApp group. I'll check personally. Thank you children.